and welcome back to our channel. I hope everyone is safe and healthy. So we are back with another face-off. And this time, these are two sporty motorcycles which can also act as commuters. They have a 150cc engine and they are by Yamaha and Suzuki. Ladies and gentlemen, this time it is FZS versus the Gixxer. Let's see which one will fit you and which one is the best one for you. If you have already made up your mind, you can just hop on to our individual reviews of the FZS as well as Gixxer 150. The links are right over here. And if you are looking out for this face-off, then hold on, because first you will have to subscribe to our channel and ring that bell so you never miss an update from Rev Explorers. You can also go ahead and check out our Instagram page. The handle is right over here. Follow us there. We are also available by the same name on Facebook and Twitter. Now let's begin with the face-off, FZS versus the Gixxer. The Yamaha's FZS has been present for a very long time, and the version 3.0 has got the BS6 update. With that, there are few changes in the performance figure. The power has gone up to 12.4 PS and the maximum power along with peak torque are now available earlier in the rev range. However, the torque figure has gone down to 13.3 Newton meters. But while riding, the difference is negligible. The 149cc 2-valve SOHC engine gets a fuel injection, and as always, it is super refined. The engine is very calm and progresses very linearly. There is no point in pushing it to the red line because it flats out on the top. The best performance is in the mid-range, as the FZS is solely a city commuter. You might feel the engine is slightly underpowered, but it gets the job done really well. And in fact, it is lighter than the Suzuki Gixxer. There are small amount of vibrations that you can feel on the handlebar post 7000 RPM. In fact, the FZS gets a good fuel efficiency of 42 kmpl. However, it is subject to drop drastically if you pin down the throttle. But overall, I would say it has adequate performance for the cities. On the other hand, Gixxer also has very similar mechanicals. It gets a 155cc 2-valve SOHC engine with fuel injection. With the new BS6 norms, the power has slightly gone down to 13.6 PS. However, it doesn't create much of a difference, as the initial pickup is still good with a peak torque of 13.8 Newton meters. The engine pushes really well through the mid-range, and this one also becomes flat at the top. The Gixxer is slightly heavier than the FZS, which changes its power to weight ratio. However, it still compensates because the power of the Gixxer is higher than the FZS. The fuel efficiency is good on this motorcycle and doesn't change much while pinning down the throttle. The range of the Gixxer is obviously less because of its 12-liter fuel tank. Overall, the motor is very smooth and refined, and the vibrations can only be felt at the top, making this engine also good for city use and occasional long rides. The things look better on the Gixxer when we consider the top speed and the passing speeds on higher gears. The FZS struggles to maintain 100 km/h, but the Gixxer does it easily. Both the motorcycle gets a 5-speed gearbox and a wet multi-plate clutch. The operation is very light for the clutch, as well as the travel is not that long, making it a perfect unit to use it in the cities, especially when you are stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic. However, the gear shifts on the Gixxer are slightly on a stiffer side. The gearbox is precise and there are no problems as such, just that shifts are slightly hard. On the FZS, the things are very smooth. It has the precision and it shifts easily. While both the motorcycles get single-channel ABS and similar disc brake size, the operation are still different. The FZS gets a 282mm rotor in the front and a 220mm rotor in the rear, with Biber calipers in the front and Nissin in the rear. The complete system is assisted with a single-channel ABS. The bite on the front brake is really good. It offers good amount of feedback, as well as with the help of ABS avoids wheel lockups. It inspires great amount of confidence with its bite. The rear one is okayish, works well when used in combination, else lacks the feedback and that bite you would expect from a disc brake. Not sure if it is the case with the rear Nissin calipers, because this was the same case on first generation Gixxers. However, now the story has changed. The Gixxer now gets a 280mm disc in the front and a 220mm in the rear. Both these brakes gets biber calipers. It is a single channel ABS setup and the rear brakes have really improved now. They have a better bite and feedback to offer. Though they are still not there, but it is good. The front brake is amazing. They offer good stopping power and the feedback also inspires good confidence. I feel just like the Gixxer, FZ should also upgrade to dual biber calipers and that might help resolve this issue. To make it suitable for urban commute, the suspensions are now ready to take on the rough roads and will easily minimize the impact of sharp bumps. But in doing so, they have lost the feedback. The suspensions are now softly sprung. They do offer good stability at high speed. The handle is still light and it is easy to maneuver in the cities, which makes the handling characteristics good for the city use. In fact, the complete motorcycle is focused towards being a commuter while being slightly sporty in looks. The seating posture is upright with a big cushiony comfortable seat, wide handlebar and slightly rear set foot pegs, helping make the riding quality good and comfortable for the rider as well as the pillion. This is where it all changes between the Gixxer and the FZ, because the Gixxer is exact opposite. It gets a stiffer suspension setup, in fact the stiffest in this segment, offering good amount of feedback. It is super stable on the straight stretches and even more fun to take into the corners. And while riding in the city, they are good for small bumps and patches. Anything bigger than that, you will feel it. The overall riding ergonomics are also set up in a sporty manner. Rear set foot pegs, wide split seat with curvature in the rear, low set wide handlebar, all combines to give an aggressive riding posture, just like a naked sports bike should have. The build quality is good on both the motorcycles. However, there are hiccups in both of them. Like in the FZ, there are many complaints of rattling sound from the fuel tank cover. And in the Gixxer, the switchgear labels wash out really easily. Both the bikes have few improvements, but they are not a deal breaker. On the brighter side, both of them get MRF revs at the rear, giving extra grip. And not to forget, both the bikes offer a digital instrument cluster and a good LED headlight. However, I feel that Gixxer's LED headlight is more powerful. Now these are really similar motorcycles with a marginal price difference of 5,000, and not to forget, both of them come from Japanese manufacturers. So that means the engines are good and reliable. Now to add slight weight, the FZS does get Bluetooth connectivity. However, I feel it is more of a gimmick than a usable feature, because it really doesn't bring anything usable to the table. So here's the deal. If you are looking for a sporty urban commuter which looks decent and is comfortable, now this is specially for someone who is married, because the pillion comfort does matter. So you can always go for the FZS. However, if you would like to go all naked sports in this budget, then Gixxer is a good pick with slightly better performance and sporty ergonomics. I hope this face-off was useful for you and it will help you decide which one is the better bike for you. With that said, our video has come to an end. Don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your family and friends. If you have any doubts or any queries, you can leave it in the comment section below, or we are also present on social media pages. We have on Instagram, we have on Facebook, and we have on Twitter. The handles are right over here. You can directly get in touch with us. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update from Rev Explorers. We'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, stay home and stay safe.